Hello, I'm Nikita Shivaswamy, and this is my master thesis topic, Learning Visual Free Space Detection for Deep Diving Robots. This master thesis is done in GeoMar, Helmholtz Center for Ocean Research, Kiel. I'm a student of University of Paderborn. My co-authors are Tom Schmanitska and Kevin Kiosa. Main challenge for forward-looking robot is to detect obstacles in complex terrain and find free space that is water for navigation. Currently, camera-equipped robots are effective means to map this unknown area visually. Artificial lights mounted closer to camera causes uneven illumination and patterns, as seen in these images. Underwater characteristics yields hallucinated and erroneous images in 3D reconstruction. For both navigation and 3D reconstruction, if the computer could classify water and structure as different regions, it would be advantageous. Hence, this is essentially a segmentation problem. In this paper, we discuss 3 segmentation techniques and we demonstrate how to prepare data and solve the free space detection problem on deep sea images. Lastly, we compare all the segmentation techniques. Sonars are widely used for underwater navigation, but they produce low accuracy and high noise for strong ocean currents and turbid waters. And it is also challenging for short range or close range mapping. For segmentation, we have classical pixel-based segmentation where the image is segmented based on color similarity, pixel probability, split and merge approaches that subdivide the image into coarse and fine approach. Then we have the deep learning based segmentation. Photogrammetry for deep sea images require manual cleaning of the images. However, in this paper, we have used in-hair segmentation approaches to segment the deep sea images. 3 segmentation techniques. First, we start by outlining a baseline pixel-wise classification approach using Gaussian mixture models. Then we have Markov random field to model each pixel probability. Then we have neural network based segmentation. Consider this pixel-wise classification approach as the baseline of our analysis. It is a simple approach that learns background and foreground colors from the image. The likelihood of the pixel belonging to a foreground or background is represented as a sum of several Gaussians. In this graph, we can observe 2 Gaussian components, one for the foreground, which is green in color, and one for background, which is blue in color for water. However, in the experiments, we have a mixture of 5 Gaussian components to represent the likelihood. Advantage of this method is that it's simple and faster classification, but it often results in noisy segmentation. In MRF, we introduce a smoothness term to overcome this noise. We specify the probability that neighboring pixels share the same label and support a data term that considers how compatible the pixel is with foreground or background color. We base this approach on the energy optimization derived in GrabCut. This image is a trimap which has foreground and background region and a region unknown where the smoothness will be applied. Advantage of Markov random field is that it enables continuous region of segmentation. It is easily applicable for images with prominent background and foreground colors. It learns colors from even less training images. Disadvantage is that the colors learned from the training images need manual energy function. Deep learning based approach, we have used UNIT architecture, which is basically an encoder and decoder path network. We make several modifications to UNIT to adapt to our deep sea images. Firstly, we increase the number of convolution layers from 2 3x3 to 3 3x3 in every block to increase the feature extraction layers. Then we explore the variation of smoothness of the edges by increasing the size of all the convolution kernels from 3x3 to 5x5 and 7x7. We yielded consistent segmentation result without user interaction, but deep learning approaches require large training data set and more training time. 3 solutions to obtain ground truth for training images, as all the above mentioned approaches are supervised. Firstly, estimated depth maps. These depth maps contain information of the object distance from camera. It is obtained from photogrammetry reconstruction, such as dense matching of images. However, it is still challenging to generate them for underwater images. Once they are generated, they are automatic segmentation process by simply thresholding at X meters. For example, we have the training image and its depth map, and this is the mask generated by thresholding at 10 meters. A region above or farther than 10 meters is considered as background. Then we have grab cut, which is applicable only for prominently separable background and foreground colors. In this example, we do not have such a case, hence we have inaccurate masks generated by grab cut. In such difficult images, we use manual labeling. For implementation, we've used Adam Optimizer, binary cross entropy, and dice loss as loss functions. Then we have sigmoid activation function. Overall, we collected a set of 1,000 labeled images, which we subdivided into 900 training images and 100 test images that do not include training images. We have experimented with different dataset sizes, image size, batch size, filter sizes, and also augmentation. Here is the glimpse of training images, which contains high brightness image, low brightness image, images with smoke. Then we have test images, which have similar image characteristics as training image, but they're quite different from training image. For evaluation, we have 4 metrics: influence of CNN parameters, training time, and prediction time. Analyze results of all the approaches, SLAM reconstruction. Influence of CNN parameters, we see that as the dataset size increases, the test dice coefficient goes on improving. Firstly, we can observe that using augmentation yielded us better result. With filter size 7x7, we have the best test dice coefficient compared to other filter sizes. Increasing the convolution layer also has shown us better results. Lastly, retaining the image aspect ratio also has played an important role in obtaining better result. We can observe that CNNs have a higher training time compared to MRF. And also prediction time is not really vast comparing both of them. To analyze all the methods, we use recall and precision. We can observe that recall and precision for GMMs remain consistent. They do not show drastic improvement or poor performance. However, recall and precision for MRF is inconsistent. Sometimes it is unsatisfactory, though the dataset size is increasing. Recall and precision for CNNs show improvement as the dataset size increases. Here we have some resultant images. You can observe that CNN has outperformed MRF and GMM predictions. In some cases, we have noisy structures from GMM prediction. We have very crispy edge from MRF based prediction, and sometimes it also is not appropriate and inconsistent. Here we have 3D models constructed using mask and without using the masks. We can observe that there are some extra water pixels while without using the mask generated. Conclusion: it is possible to identify the water areas in the images. However, GMM-based approach gives pixel-wise accurate results, but the segmentation has isolated pixels instead of continuous region. MRF-based segmentation is fast and accurate, but fails to perform when there's unseen colors encountered. MRF-based performance sometimes outperforms CNN when the training set size is small. In this example, you can see that CNN prediction has performed consistent while detecting this black spot in the image, but GMM and MRF has failed. CNN learns better features and results in consistent images above 50 training images. However, it requires enormous training time. CNNs could be extended to find more labels like organisms on the smoker structure or smoke from the smoker. Both MRF and CNN approaches run at interactive rates. These are some successful segmentation results. We see that CNN gives probability that this region could be foreground. Yeah. Thank you for your attention.